Hello and welcome back to another video on us today and to another edition of Smackdown Out of 10. And boy oh boy, we've got a huge show today, probably the biggest Smackdown of the year. We've got Vince McMahon appearing after everything that's happened this week. I don't know what to say, but more importantly in the main event we've got Roman Reigns versus Riddle for the Universal Championship. It's an intriguing show, let's get straight into it. And that crazy old man kicks off the show and talks about then, now, forever and focusing on the words together. He greets the audience before heading backstage. And yeah, this was very weird. It kind of just seemed like they were promoting it to proper rating. We didn't get anything. I shouldn't be surprised, but you know, I kind of was a bit underwhelmed. But you know, it is what it is, really. Riddle made his way out next, though, anyway, and wished Randy Orton the best of luck for his upcoming surgery, and reminded us he intended to pay tribute to his friend's career by beating Roman Reigns on SmackDown tonight. And yeah, just a promo trying to kick off SmackDown like we normally get. Riddle's promo wasn't too bad, and of course it ties into the match later on. Before we got Corbin versus Moss again in the last match. Moss hit a big elbow strike early on before Corbin came back with shots of his own. The latter dropped his opponent on the turnbuckle before sending him to the floor with a clothesline. The match continued as Corbin sent Moss over the barricades. Back in the ring, Corbin hit a deep six but failed to get the pin. Madcap then dodged the powerbomb and hit a big chokeslam. The latter hit the punchline neckbreaker and a near fall, and then another one for the victory. After the match, Madcap got the last laugh by laughing into the mic. Corbin then came to the announce desk and told Pat McAfee they thought he was friends, but the latter kept making fun of him. Corbin threatened to drag McAfee into the ring and would destroy him before Pat got on the mic as well. The crowd sided with McAfee and booed Corbin out of the building as SmackDown moved on. A Corbin-McAfee feud? Yeah, that could be interesting. McAfee, I mean, like, he's good enough to do some wrestling based on what we saw in WrestleMania. Corbin seems like a first feud, so yeah, intriguing. Let's see where that goes. Backstage, Natalya compared her shoot shot to Miranda's armbar, included the former that was a dangerous submission move. She vowed to make Ronda tap out on Money in the Bank before he headed to the New Day versus Jinder and Shanky. Jinder and Xavier kicked off the match, and the former champ took control early on before the latter got a springboard move in and tagged Kofi. Shanky then tagged in and Kingston hit a drop kick before being wiped out by a series of moves. Xavier played Francesca the trombone, and Shanky forgot about the match and started dancing. Jinder was furious and yelled at him from the ring before Kingston came in with Trouble in Paradise and picked up the win. Yeah, this was just very weird and pretty awful. 5 out of 10. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus were next in the ring, and Adam Pearce ran that both their Money in the Bank qualifying matches. The Irishman pointed out he successfully cashed in his briefcase in the past while Drew was cashed in on. Pearce said that he discussed the situation with the officials and they decided to let Sheamus into Money in the Bank match. Drew attacked the latter and tossed him out of the ring before Pearce said that McIntyre was in as well. Sheamus tried to attack Drew in the ring but took the Claymore. Seems like fair solution to be fair. Sami Zayn was then backstage and hesitated to enter the Bloodline's locker room after his loss last week before Shayna Baszler versus Raquel Rodriguez was up next. Rodriguez got some big strikes in and took Shayna into the corner before getting a near fall. Shayna then went after Rodriguez's legs in the corner, but Raquel came back with some counters and a botched knee strike for a near fall. Raquel was then caught in a submission move but turned it into a Texana bomb before picking up the win. And yeah, to be honest, I kind of would have wanted to see both of these women in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So yeah, it gives a 6 out of 10 for me because the match was bad, but hopefully Shayna makes it in another way. Max Dupree was back and refused to have his clients out of the ring since the lighting wasn't good enough. Before Gunther was backstage with his Lucky Ludwig, and the latter talks about the history of the IC title before declaring a new champ will not do it anytime soon. Yeah, really hard title for this title. Before we got Roman Reigns versus Riddle for the title, Riddle attacked the champ in the corner, but a Roman strike from Roman sent him flying across the ring. The original Bro then hit a fisherman's suplex and sent the tribal chief outside before hitting a corkscrew moonsault from the apron. Back after a break, Reigns got a drive-by for a near fall. Riddle came back with some suplexes but took a knee strike before hitting a floating bro for a near fall. Riddle then got back in control and dropped his opponent on the announce desk before mocking Randy on camera. Riddle then countered a Superman punch and hit an Orton-esque powerbomb before attempting the draping DDT. Roman then escaped the ring but Riddle dropped him on the announce desk. Riddle then got slammed into the ring post before finally hitting the draping DDT in the ring as the Randy chants filled the arena. Roman blocked the RKO and hit the Superman punch but Riddle managed to kick out. The latter finally connected the RKO but failed to get the pin. Riddle hit another floating bro before his RKO was blocked again. Roman hit a spear and picked up the win. And yeah, a really fun match, but after the match we got lots of chaos. After the match, Roman claimed that there was no one left to beat him. As if on cue, Brock Lesnar is back. They stared down and Brock then hit an F5 and two of them on Roman and the Usos. as the show went off the air, and then, yeah, showing any doubt that Vince McMahon isn't still booking the show. We're getting Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the millionth time. We were supposed to get Randy, but, you know, Brock's back. I'm not mad about it, to be honest. I mean, there was no one else that they really go for. I think we all knew Brock would come back at some point. But yeah, I mean, like, the match itself, the whole after match smodge, Brock being back, yeah, gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Good stuff. Overall, SmackDown this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I was debating giving it 7 just because of that main event, because, yeah, the main event was really good, but to be honest, the rest of it, I kind of found the show quite good, to be honest. There was some good bits in it, including the main event, but yeah, except for that, like, the Vince bit was underwhelming, a lot of the stuff before it wasn't that great, so in the end, for a whole show, I'm going to give it a 6. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, rate, what's kind of down on your phone, so thanks so much for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.